Guys, I'm working on a new song with the Jack's toy. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'll start at the start. I'll try to. I have a couple lines. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello fellows, here to sing a catchy song. 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 What's up? What's up? Really won't. Really won't leave. Okay, I can try that again. I'm gonna try that again. Hello fellows, here to sing a catchy song. What's up? What's up? Really won't leave. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my world tonight is Tadc night. So you guys get your popcorn and whatever you're eating, whatever you're gonna eat. Hello, I'm Jax. Lol. Kind of bad at his voice, but you'll get to see in a couple of minutes. I think I'll decide while you're waiting in the dark. Okay, I found something. So I found this video.
5 early scenes for episode 8. This first one, we were actually given by the show's creator herself. It turned out just yesterday, Gooseworks posted an image over on Blue Sky right before deleting it, similar to the previous thing she released before episode 7 that showed Jax alone in his room. Meaning we know this first leak for episode 8 has to be legit. This shot of Ragatha and Kinger has to be in episode 8. A scene that Digital Circus fans were able to put together as something that's going to be very important in this next episode. A flashback into Ragatha's introduction into the circus for the first time. But how do we know? Well, outside of the suspicious positioning, we clearly see Ragatha in during the scene, as she's in the same exact spot Pomni was in.
I think they're just gonna be like talking or something there.
Ragatha's first introduction into the circus was actually something foreshadowed as important earlier on. It turns out back in episode 2, Kinger specifically ended up being the one to make a particular comment about recognizing how it took Ragatha a long time to fully adjust to being in the circus when she first arrived. The fact that Kinger is the one who brings this idea up perfectly connects to him also being the one staring at Ragatha when she's up on stage here. Almost like the scene is showing us how Kinger specifically is the one who helped her adjust to things in the digital circus in the first place. But how do we know for sure that this scene was, in fact, a flashback into Ragatha's introduction?
I don't think it is.
Well, it turns out we already know that flashbacks are meant to be involved in episode 8 in a big way. They're already essentially confirmed to happen in these next upcoming episodes. But how do we know this? Well, it turns out earlier on, we were given more information about flashback scenes in the show connecting to one character in particular, Ribbit. You see, Zubal's voice actor ended up officially telling us how there was knowledge and information they had about Ribbit as a character that we didn't know about yet. Telling us this information about Ribbit would definitely pop up in episodes 8 and 9. But how do we know that this information will specifically involve a flashback scene? Well, it turns out we were already given a sort of teaser into this flashback concept in episode 7, as that's exactly what we ended up seeing during this specific scene where Jax stared at one of the worlds in Kane's office. You see, this particular snowy world actually revealed Ribbit saying some important things as a sort of flashback from an incident that happened earlier on in the circus. We know because despite the audio during the scene being intentionally hard to fully make out, Ribbit was still credited with a specific voice actor for the scene. meaning this was definitely Ribbit saying words that fans were able to decipher as likely being something important, something that we need to know more about, as well as the rest of Ribbit's backstory in the remaining 2 episodes of the show. Meaning with this flashback element to the show already locked into place, it isn't crazy to assume it might also connect to Ragatha as well. Which brings us to an even more important revealed scene for episode 8 that involves a true exit to the circus. As we've been seeing how the exit has been teased more and more as something that'll have a bigger importance in these final episodes. And we're able to see in this new scene that while it hasn't been officially confirmed like the first...
You know, I have my own theory. So, you know how the NPC named Abel at the end of episode 7? I think Glitch made Jax say that King can control the minds of the characters, and so I don't know why nobody has thought of maybe Kane forced Abel to say that or something. But people saying Kinger is Abel is kind of stupid because Kinger already has his own name, and he does seem to have knowledge, but I mean, if you think about it, the Amazing Digital Circus is basically a video game, so you could kind of break the physics. But that butterfly in episode 6, maybe some people had that, everyone got one at a certain time, and we just didn't see it on screen. So, yeah. What do you think, Jax? Yeah, he agrees. You can't hear him, only I can hear him. He just said he's hungry. Okay, I'll get you some food. I'll get you a plastic burger. Wait, you're not hungry. You can't be hungry. This is Amazing Digital Circus. Okay. I'll back up a little bit.
To the circus, as we've been seeing how the exit has been teased more and more as something that'll have a bigger importance in these final episodes. And we're able to see in this new scene that while it hasn't been officially confirmed like the first one, it still shows us some pretty interesting potential details. The fact that Pomni appears to be the one pushing open the door that teased the potential of her escaping for good. But how do we know if this specific scene was meant to be real or not? Well, we were actually given more that revealed on top of this exit door scene, there was also the potential for many other scenes to be released early. As we were told, some of the files for the episode have been officially uploaded, leading to people having the ability to look for specific screenshots of the chapters for episode 8 if they know how to look. Only there ended up being something interesting about some of these images that stuck out as important. The fact that at least in terms of this exit door image, the textures looked slightly off compared to the typical result we tend to see
because it's not finished.
Episodes. Specifically with the door handle.
It's not finished. They didn't finish episode 8.
Fans added onto the whole situation.
It doesn't look finished because it's not.
Unfinished because they
That's what I said.
This episode is a work in progress, so obviously they wouldn't get everything.
See, Elliot gets it.
Explaining how it would actually make more sense for some of the textures to appear slightly unfinished, as the last episode of the Digital Circus just came out. Meaning Glitch obviously haven't had a ton of time to make finishing touches on episode 8, with it still not set to be released until March 20th. And while this last image release
that's in
had
2
more
months.
Of a possible explanation behind it being
basically
real, we know that this next one floating around recently has been confirmed as fake. This image of Jax appearing sad while in the void, as at first glance you can clearly see how Jax's ears appear way too big if you compare the shot to literally any other appearance Jax has made in previous episodes. There were way too many slight imperfections that set the image apart from the ones said to be more legitimate so far. And while this sad image of Jax was said to be fake, this next scene was revealed to be more complicated than that. You see, there also ended up being this other image release showing Jax yet again, only this time he didn't.
They're gonna go on a treasure hunt.
Ears or
They're gonna be at the carnival. Then they're gonna find a map. They're gonna go on a treasure hunt, and then
potentially pointing to a new adventure
they're gonna
episode 8 that
find
isn't
Ribbit or
in-house
something.
like the previous few have been. But what would this specific scene be meant to potentially tell us about episode 8? Well, off of first glance, we know Jax appears to be looking at some sort of map, pointing to some sort of goal or specific thing that the circus members are attempting to look for.
Can't even see his arms.
Circus members be looking for in the first place, and how would we know for sure? Well, it turns out the whole concept actually connected to another scene that was outlined for us early by the show's creator, Gooseworks. You see, she ended up spoiling how one of the scenes in episode 8 would involve one of the characters saying, "It's you," as if they
It's gonna be Jax saying it to Ribbit. That's what I always thought.
And seeing how the circus members have the potential to be looking for something or someone in this episode, you know there's a chance of it leading to whoever this person is from this scene. But on top of this,
because there was a Ribbit scene that they leaked.
Concepts involving the digital circus's most mysterious character, Ribbit. You see, based on the fact she was given a secret speaking role in episode 7,
I told
there's
you.
a high potential of more lore about her.
I thought I was talking about the scene she might have
Flashback
episode 8.
scenes. And moving towards episode 8 specifically, we were additionally given a bonus concept scene
My camera makes it look like Ribbit is pink.
Scenes were going to be like as well. We were already told in advance that these scenes had the potential to tell us good things about Ribbit as a character. As again, going off of what we're told early about them by Zubal's voice actor, we know that whatever these scenes are, they left them with a good impression of Ribbit overall. Something we would get to see for ourselves later on, that we were given an early scene concept for too. It was recorded with the official Ribbit voice actor while she was in character.
I can't.
See, that's what I mean.
It's fine here.
While this specific scene concept wasn't confirmed to be official to the show, it showed us what to expect from Ribbit in episode 8. And it turns out there was also more to Ribbit in future episodes we were told about as well that I'm able to fully reveal for you in this video right here. So for what we know about the digital circus early, make sure to check it out.
Peace.